First and foremost, good luck to our women's basketball program tonight. Make sure you all go out there and support them tonight against a tough Texas A&M program, 8 p.m., Mizzou Arena. Obviously, we're coming off a tough road defeat. I thought we gave ourselves a unbelievable chance to win the game. Statistic-wise, I don't know if you'll ever see a team shoot 27% from field goals, 22% from the three, and then, win a ball game or not even have a deficit at halftime. So we put ourselves in good position defensively, I thought. But again, we got to go back, regroup, and we have a tough road game this weekend against South Carolina, who is probably one of the toughest, defensive teams in our conference. Coach has done a great job. Lamont Paris done a great job in year two. Obviously, definitely, in my eyes, Coach of the Year in the conference. He's done a tremendous job. His group has responded in the right way. And we got to go out there ready to play.
Coach, on the defense from the A&M game with that 1-3-1 zone especially, that seemed like it got pretty good results for you. Just what do you take away from a defensive performance like that?
You just got to keep building. We did play man-to-man in those possessions as well to end the half, and I thought we gave ourselves a chance to win the game. But when you look at what we were able to do, scouting report-wise, build a scout to give us a chance to win a game. And when you look at the percentages that Texas A&M was shooting on the year, you look at their rim shots, the rim percentage, you look at their pick and roll opportunities, we were able to cut those categories analytically in half. And I thought our guys were doing a good job of identifying those guys that could step out and make or shoot threes. Second chance points, no different than they did at LSU. They had 20 offensive rebounds, 21 second chance points. And then that second half, what they did was cut our second half points away, and they were able to get a couple more. They ended that game with only 15 second chance points. But that was the number one rebounding team in our conference, and they did a tremendous job.
Coach, go ahead. Since it's only been about 2 weeks since you guys last played South Carolina, how much do you take away from that game when you're prepping for this week or for this Saturday?
Well, you have to take everything. You got to take all parts from it, flip it inside out. It was an overtime game. They were able to close out, but those situations that you replay in your mind, you hope to somehow get them back. They're playing great basketball. They've had some great wins, and it'll be a good game. It'll really be a good game.
Coach, you mentioned on the show last night, you guys had kind of the hybrid zone, right? And what was it about? I think you said you don't throw it out there very often. What was it about Texas A&M specifically that the situation constituted running a zone defense?
Well, Texas A&M shot less than 30% from three. From the field, I think they were in the 30s. And I knew that, ideally I wanted to keep them off the free throw line because they're one of the, and has been one of the top 3-4 teams in the conference in free throw attempts. Well, the last part didn't prevail for us. They still got to the free throw line, but I thought we were able to disrupt their guards, meaning the ball screens that those kids get from Tyrese Radford all the way to Wade Taylor. Those two are all-conference players, and so I just wanted to put our guys in a position, and I thought we did that to win a game.
Coach, what do you think Jordan Butler was able to give you with that defense especially? 24 minutes is pretty big.
Well, it started in practice for him, and the game previously he was our highest graded defender. For the first time he had that award in his young career, and that's what it's about, allowing guys to develop and grow and understand the ups and downs, the speed, but also the expectation. And Jordan has been doing a tremendous job for us, and 24 minutes of action, respectfully spoke for it. I'm sure there are some plays that he wants back. He made a timely three. He had 4 defensive rebounds. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He has some blocks. So I think he's growing in the right direction. What's unfortunate is, when it comes down to Trent Pierce, as soon as we landed, because we had to avoid an ice storm, Trent Pierce came down with an illness, sick. I was shocked that he played because he didn't practice 2 days before, but he had a good shoot-around, meaning walk through 45 minutes before the game, and that's what constituted him being available to play. He gave us great minutes at the end of the half, but those guys' growth and development is important. And Robinson, he was 0 for 4, 0 for 3. He's dealing with some family things right now, and ultimately he's important to us. But those guys are going through what life throws at them as young freshmen, as we all have been there. And now it's about processing and growing and going through their own journey. And you got to paint them with different paintbrushes. You can't paint everybody with the same brush, and everybody has their own journey, but also the expectations are there.
Going into South Carolina in the rematch, what are some of the adjustments that you want your team to make from the last game?
Well, I think when you look at adjustments, I thought South Carolina did a good job defensively, as they've done throughout their entire season. You look at the pieces that we had. I thought we did a great job on Michi Johnson. We got to continue to. He's not going to allow us to do the same things, right? He's going to be prepared to play. But also, when you look at B.J. Mack, they're going to be without Miles Stute this game. He may come back, he may not, but it all depends on where his healing process is. The other player, when you look at Cooper, unbelievable player, great guard. They have some inside play. They've done a good job, so we have to make sure the rebounding, the turnovers, and things like that are minimized to give ourselves a chance. We got to have a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. We got to take care of the ball. We got to obviously be able to rebound and allow that to be some of our transition, but also executing the half court. But we got to get to that free throw line, and that's important in any game that we play.
On the availability front, what's Caleb Grill's timeline looking like for a potential return for him?
Well, right now I have to meet with the doctors and obviously our trainer to figure that part out. He's in that window, but it's still a transition part where you have to understand, although a kid may get cleared, that there's a period of return to play that he has to have. His heart rate hadn't been up that way in between the lines playing basketball. Now, running on the treadmill, running stadiums, and those things are there, but you don't want to open a kid up susceptible to another injury because of minutes in between the lines. So there's a return to play progress we got to follow. That it'll be, anywhere the window, I think 2 weeks right now, but we'll have to see. We'll really have to see it.
Coach, when you look back on SEC play so far, what do you think have been some of the areas that have kind of made the difference in some of these close games?
Well, when you look at any category of games, it's either assist-to-turnover ratio, you look at free throw shooting, and field goal percentage. Those are the 3 areas that you have to be able to execute in. You got to be able to win 2 of the 3. It cannot be the same 2 every game. So if you fluctuate between field goal percentage and free throws, great. If you fluctuate with free throws and assists, right, assisted baskets, but also a high assist-to-turnover ratio, that gives you a chance. But also when you look at field goal percentage and overall threes, that's where you have to be able to win those 3 categories from time to time.
One last question. All right, thanks, Coach.
MIZ.
Thanks, Coach.